Today, we're diving into one of the oldest and, honestly, one of the most powerful stories ever told. The biblical story of the world's first brothers. It's an intense tale of jealousy, family, and a single choice that would change humanity forever.
So let's set the scene. We're at the very dawn of humanity. Just try to imagine a world that's still completely new, totally wild. This is where we meet Cain and Abel, the first sons of Adam and Eve, and the first children born outside the Garden of Eden. They grew up hearing stories of a paradise they'd never see, and that memory is going to shape everything about them.
All right, so who exactly were these two brothers? Well, from the very beginning, it's clear they were on completely different paths.
I mean, look at this contrast. On one hand, you have Cain. He's the farmer, the one who literally wrestles with the earth to make things grow. It's hard, constant work. You can almost feel his intensity, right? Like he's carrying the weight of his parents' mistakes on his shoulders. But then you have Abel. He's the shepherd. He's gentle. He moves with his flocks, and he seems to have this inner peace, almost like a little piece of Eden was still alive in him.
And it's this fundamental difference between them that leads us right to the turning point of the whole story, the day they both decided to bring an offering to God. So, Cain brings his harvest, the literal fruits of all his sweat and hard labor. You can imagine every single grain was a symbol of his struggle. Abel, on the other hand, brings the very best of his flock, a perfect firstborn lamb. His gift wasn't really about struggle, it was about trust, about giving the best of what he had with an open heart.
And the response from the heavens? It was immediate. It was clear. The scriptures say the smoke from Abel's offering went straight up, a clear sign that his gift was accepted.
But for Cain, there was just silence. The smoke from his offering just drifted. No sign, no acceptance. Can you imagine that feeling? That crushing rejection after all that work?
And right there, that's the question that lit a fire in Cain's heart. Why not me? Why him? All of his effort, all his struggle with the earth, for nothing. And in that moment, a dark, ugly seed was planted: jealousy.
Now, God actually speaks to Cain directly here and gives him a pretty powerful warning. The message is basically, look, this anger, this jealousy, it's like a predator crouching right outside your door. It wants to consume you, but you have the power to master it. This isn't fate, this is a choice. God is laying it all out for him.
But Cain doesn't listen to the warning. The choice has been laid before him, and his anger, well, it takes him down a very dark path, right into a field with his unsuspecting brother.
You know, that anger didn't just go away. Instead, it festered. It just spread through him, poisoning his thoughts, kind of like ink spreading in water. And poor Abel, who just loved his brother, had no idea what kind of storm was brewing.
And then out there in the quiet of the field, the unthinkable happens. That rage inside Cain just explodes. He strikes his brother. And for the first time, the earth, which had never known violence like this, drinks human blood.
The act is so sudden, so final. In a single moment of fury, the world's very first death occurs, and a terrible, profound silence falls over everything. And you have to understand, the weight of what Cain did was just immense. This wasn't just about killing his brother. It was about killing the last shred of innocence left in the world. The final echo of Eden was gone.
So, the crime is done, but the story is far from over. Now comes the reckoning.
God's voice comes, and the question is so simple, but it cuts right to the bone. Where is your brother? It's a question that's not just asking for a location, it's demanding accountability.
And here it is, Cain's iconic, chilling response. He throws a question back at God. It's a denial of responsibility that has echoed for thousands of years. He lies, but he can't hide it. The ground itself betrays him. His brother's blood is literally crying out from the soil.
And the punishment? It fits the crime perfectly. Cain, the man who worked the soil, is now cursed by the soil. The very ground he fought to control will now refuse to help him. He's sentenced to be a restless wanderer, totally disconnected from the earth and exiled from his home.
Okay, now this is a really fascinating part of the story that a lot of people misunderstand. Cain is terrified that, as a wanderer, anyone who finds him will kill him. But God puts a mark on him. And get this, it's not a mark of shame, it's a mark of protection. It's an incredible, surprising act of mercy, a sign that even in the face of the absolute worst sin, God's grace is still there.
So, why does this ancient story still hit so hard today? Because it was never just about two brothers in a field. It's a mirror held up to all of us.
When you boil it down, this story is just loaded with timeless lessons. It's a huge warning sign about where jealousy and anger can take you. It's a perfect reflection of that battle that goes on inside every human heart. It shows us that our choices, even small ones, can have world-shaping consequences. But it also shows us this amazing truth about the balance between justice and mercy. And it reminds us that even after the darkest things happen, hope isn't completely lost.
And that really brings us to the final crucial question. The story of Cain isn't just some ancient text. It's a living reality for all of us. That same battle Cain faced, we face it too. So when that feeling, that sin, that anger, that jealousy is crouching at your door, wanting to get in, the choice is exactly the same as it was for him. Are you going to rule over it?